Hi, I'm George Mariner Mole, Artistic Director of the Discovery Orchestra, and welcome to Notes from Under the Piano, stories from my life as a musician, conductor, and teacher. It all began when, as a child, I liked to recline under our grand piano as my mother practiced, and the rest, as they say. Today's episode, thank you for all of your good work. Friends and relatives had been telling us for years how beautiful San Diego is. During the summer of 2015, Marcia and I decided to visit this city for the first time. There were so many sights we wanted to see, but we knew that we could never get to all of them. With the help of our niece, who lives in Los Angeles, we made a short list of day excursions. Balboa Park, the San Diego Zoo, the Hotel del Coronado, Old Town San Diego State Park, Seaport Village, and a few others. As we rode by bus into town from the airport, we began noticing people dressed in all sorts of fanciful costumes. Individuals dressed as Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, and other comic book characters were parading about the streets near the convention center. On the sides of the convention center were large electronic signs which read, Comic-Con International San Diego 2015. Comic-Con? I thought, what is that? I know what you're thinking. What planet do you live on? But I honestly didn't know about this. I'd never encountered the term. So I asked someone on the bus who volunteered. It's a really big deal here every summer in July. It's the largest comic book convention in the world. Ah, I thought, so that's why we just passed our fourth Batman on the block. One afternoon, as we walked along the waterfront in Seaport Village, I stopped dead in my tracks. I was face to face with Congressman Cummings, I blurted out. Smiling, he said, no, try again. Still stumped, he said with his Georgia accent, shall I give you a hint? Oh, Congressman Lewis, I'm so sorry. He waved me off, and with that same great smile, said, even my colleagues in Congress get us confused. We're both bald. Very near an ice cream stand, I said, hoping to slink away from this embarrassing moment, I think I'm going to get some ice cream. To which Congressman Lewis, surrounded protectively by his staff, responded, that sounds like a good idea. Now there was no way out of this predicament. We were going to briefly converse. So I asked this bigger-than-life hero of mine, Congressman Lewis, what brings you to San Diego? He replied, I'm here for Comic-Con International. You are? I exclaimed. Yes, I've just written and published a series of comic books on the civil rights movement, hoping to make this history appealing to a younger generation. And as he proudly showed me one of them, he said, I'm out here to publicize and autograph copies. What brings you and your wife to San Diego? Oh, just vacationing. It's our first time here. And where do you live? New Jersey. And what do you do in New Jersey? I offered what, for me, was an atypical, highly abbreviated version of what I do. Well, that's very interesting, he said. If you have time, come and check out our booth at the convention center. I gingerly added, if I may, I'd like to send you a DVD of one of the Discovery Orchestra's public television shows. His last response to me, fine, I'd like that. Awestruck, it began to sink in that I'd just spoken with John Lewis, the John Lewis, who had known, worked with, and marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'd been face to face with John Lewis, a person I so greatly admired, who'd been so severely beaten on the Edmund Pettus Bridge when I was just in high school. Marcia and I didn't make it back to the convention center before it was time to leave San Diego and take the Amtrak train north along the California coast to Los Angeles to visit our niece Rebecca and family. Back in New Jersey in early August, I immediately sent a DVD of our Discover Beethoven's Fifth public television show and an accompanying page about the Discovery Orchestra to Congressman Lewis's office in Washington. Several weeks later, I received a copy of his book, Walking with the Wind, a memoir of the movement, with the following inscription. To George Marriner Maull, thank you for all your good work. With faith and hope, John Lewis, August 18th, 2015. John Lewis was thanking me for all my good work? It seemed almost incredulous, but that's the kind of man he was. Humble, kind, generous, and courageous of spirit. How can we ever thank John Lewis enough for all of his good work? Well, since we can no longer thank him in person, each of us must, in our own way, endeavor to carry on his good work, now more than ever. Notes from Under the Piano is produced by the Discovery Orchestra and Midnight Media Group. Our theme music is Rocky Mountain Samba by Dan Creasy. Lead sponsors are Judy Musicant and Hugh Clark and the Kozlowski Family Foundation. Major sponsors are David and Ellen Williams. A podcast version of this episode is available on your favorite platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, and many more. For more information, visit discoveryorchestra.org.